Welcome to online teaching. Today we will discuss chapter 4th of economics, globalization and the Indian economy. Okay. Now you have read globalization in history part also. Here we will discuss some of the expanded form of globalization. Okay. Now the first thing is globalization. As you can see, nowadays a variety of products are available, variations are there, and even rates, they are also nominal. Because earlier some of the companies, they had the monopoly, they had the authority, and they were not bothered about the consumers. But due to this globalization, a number of variations came. These variations are very helpful for the consumers because they will get the best at the cheapest rates. Okay, now the globalization, free flow of trade, goods and people from one country to another. From one country to another. Okay. Nowadays this is very easy. In India, this process came in 1990s. That was in 1991. Due to this, a lot of things, a lot of variations and a lot of varieties came in the life of the consumers. Okay. Now, and you may say a process of, or it may be another definition also, a process of rapid interconnection or integration between the countries, we may say also. It means nowadays open door policies are there. Any company, any country can invite the other companies, or even the companies can set up their business in any of the country. Now these are the open door policies. These are very helpful. Okay. Now very important for this globalization is multinational corporations. They helped, they, you may say, accumulated, they, you may say, also completed the needs of the people. What are the requirements? Okay. Now here we will discuss about the multinational corporations. Multinational corporations. Multinational corporations or companies. Okay. Now you can see a company that has production in more than one nation. In more than one nation. It means the company, for example, that is in India as well as outside India. Now you can see any of the company like India, Tata Motors, Infosys, Tata Asian Paints, and even Ranbaxy. And if you see globally, then you see Adidas, Puma, and even many of the other international companies are there. And you can see now if we go to the market for electronic gadgets, then a number of alternates are there. Earlier such things were not there. This is only due to globalization as well as multinational corporations. Amazon, Flipkart, and that you may say even you can Infosys. and Microsoft, number of companies, they are so wealthy that their total income, their net worth, or you may say asset, is more than any of a developing nation. They are having so much wealth that their wealth is more than some of the countries' GDP. So these multinational corporations, they are helping other nations, but they are also earning a lot. Okay. Now, next thing is there. These MNCs set up production near the markets. Near the markets where skilled and unskilled labors are available. Labors are available. And other cheap rate facilities. It means labors as well as other goods like market, the policies of the government, and you may say the land, the facilities, and what about the status of the people. So these MNCs, they are set up near the markets, and how they control, they take up the local companies, they accumulate, they overtake. You can take the example that, for example, Cargill, a MNC of USA which produces edible oils, and in India Parak produces edible oil. So this Cargill company overtake Parak, and now they are earning, they are producing maximum edible oils. So these companies, they are very rich, they are having a lot of wealth, and they can overtake any company, and they are set up their companies where possibilities are there, where a number of peoples are there, where especially like India, Mexico, Brazil, and even some of the Asian as well as African countries, because in those they can send their product, they can send their finished good, that will help. So these MNCs, they are very important. Okay, now next thing, next is investment. Investment. The money spent on land, labor, machines, other facilities to set up industry, to set up an industry is known as investment. Is known as investment. It means if any company is there, he want to set up a plant, so the on land, machines, on labor, they will invest. That is known as investment. And foreign investment, the investment done by MNCs is known as foreign investment. When these outside companies or big companies or MNCs, they invest on such things, that is known as foreign investment. So we can say that these MNCs, now you can see, for example, especially the making of shoes, garments, etc. is done by local companies. Is done by local companies and MNCs put their tech and sells in the market. Now you understand. For example, any company is there, that may be footwear or that may be garments. What they will do? They will search for the local producers, and those local producers will manufacture, and these manufactured goods will be under the tag of MNCs, and they will sell. And how they will cover their loss? By the laborers, by the skillful workers. For example, in India, in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, in Sri Lanka, the MNCs can set up plant very easily as compared to European countries, because here population is more and there is unemployment, poverty, easily availability of labor, and the labor do not know about the rights, about their what are the benefits. And in European, that is very, very, you may say, difficult to set up these plants. So these MNCs, they earn a lot, and due to these factors, because they had the power, they have the control, even they try to control the government. Maximum government make the policies that favor these MNCs, because they will set up the plant and that will help to improvise the condition of the country.